All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing and salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay? And I want to just go into a lesson, dealing with the house of God, because we hear, that term thrown around a lot in Christianity, okay, with no context, with no understanding. All right. So we're going to deal, all right, with the house of God. What's the house of Yahweh Bashem Shah? And first and foremost, it begins with his people. All right. Well, we have to understand when you had the building, of, the temples. All right. The first temple by Solomon, the second temple built, by um, the exiles of the Medo-Persian Empire, that came back to build. Our forefathers that came back to rebuild the temple, you know. And one thing about it, the temple, represented what, man? The place of mercy, the place of the presence of Yahweh Bashim Shah. His, it represented his presence in the earth, their temple. All right, sacrifice, and that was all part of our connection with Yahweh Bashim Shah. That's why, when we would be taken down, what would they do? The heathen would destroy, okay, the temple. All right, the Babylonians, with the aid of Esau, destroyed the first temple. Okay, and the second temple was destroyed by the Edomite Romans. You know, and now Esau Edom, and this time he wants to destroy the temple, which is us. All right, because these elite, these devils know, okay, as Israelites, all right, ultimately we're the temple. The Israelite men are their temple, are their house, are their dwelling of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Okay, that's why Yahweh Shah in the prayer in St. John 17, he said how the Most High was in him, and he was in the elect. Those first fruits. You see, so when you go here, because as those temples are torn down, there will not be, a third physical temple built. We're that temple, okay? And let's prove it through scripture. This is Acts 7 and matter of fact, let's get Acts chapter 7, verse. I started 44. It says, our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness, as he had appointed, speaking unto Moses that he should make it according to the fashion that he had seen. Okay, because the Lord showed, Moses, all right, heavenly architecture, and he wanted the tabernacle made after that fashion. All right, it says, which also, that's what the Ark of the Covenant do it. Okay, which was a representative mercy. Okay, and then also Yahweh Shah. Okay, it says, which also our fathers that came after brought it with, it say Jesus, but this is Joshua. Okay, brought it with Joshua into the possession of the Gentiles, whom the Most High drave out before the face of our forefathers unto the days of David, who found favor before the Most High and desired to find a tabernacle for the power of Jacob. But Solomon built him a house. Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet. Heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What house will you build for me, said the Lord, or what is my place of rest? Have not my hand made all things? All right. So what is going to be the place of the Lord's rest is going to be within us. Okay, that's going to be the final resting place, the eternal resting place of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be within us, man, with his men, with that house of David. Okay, that's why you read Revelation. You see, and that's why Esau Edom wants to get inside, everybody, because he doesn't know who's all the Israelites. So he doesn't. He has a. It's multiple agendas that he has. With the sea hill. But the main thing he wants to get inside of everyone, because he doesn't know who's all the Israelites and who's not. Okay, so he wants to chip everybody. He wants to put that sea hip in everybody. Okay, to invade, all right, everyone's temple, man, which is their body. But the temple of the Most High is what? Is men. All right, the house of David, those elect men. Revelation 21 and 3, it says, and I heard a great voice of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle, okay, of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them and be their power. Okay, that's why the Apostle Paul, let me see, when he was speaking to the Galatians, let's get the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 19. It says, my little children, of whom I travailed in birth again, until Yahweh Shai be formed in you. Okay? Until Yahweh Shai be formed in us. Okay? That's why as Yahweh Shai is being formed in us, we're being developed in Yahweh Shai. Okay? The Most High is beginning to dwell within us, man. Okay? And it's going to be completed when we're changed to those heavenly bodies, man. That's why the scripture call it what? Let's go here to 2nd Esdras. Let's get 2nd Esdras 2. All right. The 2nd Esdras 2 and 10 said, thus said the Lord unto Esdras, tell my people that I will give them the kingdom of Jerusalem, which I would have given unto Israel. Their glory also will I take unto me, which is making us immortal, and give these the everlasting tabernacles which I have prepared for them. The everlasting tabernacles, man. That's gonna be those eternal homes for our spirits. Because these spirits that we have now, all right, they've seen many bodies, many dwelling places, man. Okay, through reincarnation. But now we're finna get those everlasting tabernacles, man. Okay? And the Lord is gonna dwell with us everlasting, man. You see, this gonna be the new body you finna get is gonna be the permanent homes for our spirits. And it's gonna be the permanent dwelling of Yahweh Shema Shai. And we as a people are gonna represent the presence of Yahweh Shema Shai in the earth, man. It's not gonna be confined to a building. Okay? So let's go here. Let's get that in St. John. 17th chapter. All right, this is St. John 17, and I started 17. It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. All right. And this is what happened. We're being separated by this truth, man. This word, is giving us a separate perspective, from everyone else. Okay. We have a separate understanding, a separate standard from everyone else, man. Okay. And said, as thou hast sent me into the world, even so I have sent them into the world, and for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Neither I pray for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. Now let's read that in NLT. St. John 17:21. It says, I pray that they will all be one, just as you and I are one, as you are in me, Father, and I am in you, and may they be in us, so that the world will believe you sent me. Okay, so as the Father is in Yahushua, and Yahushua is being what? Formed in us, developed in us. Okay, we're becoming that dwelling. We're becoming that house, man. That's why it's all about edification, which is to build up, man, to build up that house in the spirit. Okay? Let's go from there. Let's get on the book of Hebrews. All right, let's get the book of Hebrews, the 3rd chapter. All right, Hebrews 3:1. It says, whereby, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Okay? And we are partakers of a heavenly calling, man. This is the highest calling we could be a part of, man. There's nothing that's above this, man. Okay? The elder brother in Birmingham, Elder R1, he always goes into how, this is the highest office possible, man. The men that have been called into this ministry, man, this is a high calling, man. Nothing beyond this, nothing above this, man. And we should treat it as such. We should prioritize it as such, man. We're partakers of a high calling, man. Something that's way beyond this society, man. Way beyond, this realm. Okay, this kingdom is going to be a kingdom from the heavens, man. Okay, beyond anything existence has ever seen as far as a rulership. Okay, it says verse 2. It says, "Who was faithful to him that appointed him," all right, which the Heavenly Father appointed Yahushua, all right, and him being our high priest, okay, the mediator, all right. And it says, as also Moses was faithful in all his house, for this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses, inasmuch as he who builded the house have more honor than the house. Okay? Just as who built their first temple? King Solomon. Okay? Who's building this temple, man? Yahweh Shai. The spirit of Yahweh Shai is building this temple, is fashioning this temple, man, which is us. Okay? Making us glorious and acceptable, man. A worthy dwelling for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? That's why you go here to Philippians. Philippians 1:6. It says, being confident of this very thing, that he which have begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay? Reading the NLT, and I am certain that the Most High who began the good work within you will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Yahweh Shah HaMashiach returns. Okay? So we're constantly a work in progress, man. Okay? Making ourselves what? Worthy to be those dwellings for Yahweh Shema Shah. And when Yahweh Shah comes, that's when we're going to be changed. What? The twinkling of an eye. That's going to be us being completed, man. Perfected. You see? So the work has begun. That's why it's a constant thing of self-examination, man. Separate from this society, man. You know, indulging more into righteousness, man. Being in the spirit, you know. The scripture say let patience have its perfect work. Through patience, man, we're becoming immortal, man. It's just a thing of patience. But we gotta keep becoming, you know, and just let patience continue to have a perfect work, as it says in the book of James. Okay, I get it. This is James 1, and remember I started at 1. This is James 1 and 1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So we are being made complete through through temptations, through trials. The suffering is completing us, man. It's making us worthy, man. We're being tried in that fire. The scripture says we're going to be chosen in the furnace of affliction. You see? But we have to keep allowing patience to have its perfect work during this process, man. It's a time of patience, man. One of these days we're going to be immortal. That's a promise. One of these days we're going to be immortal. You know, and we have to let those things seek in. But it's through patience, man. That constant patience. All right, through the trials, man. Fighting through trials, man. That's because that's really, you know, what's making us, man. Was we're being developed, you know, in the midst of the trials, man. By what? How we're reacting, man. All right, because these trials should cause us to trust more, cause us to depend more, you know, to have more faith, to have more understanding. There's a lesson in each suffering, man. There's less sins, you know, with an S, plural, in the suffering, man. You know, we learn these things, and that's something that's added to us, man. Okay? So let's go back here to Hebrews 3. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 3. Verse 3 says, for this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses, inasmuch as he who have builded the house have more honor than the house. For every house is builded by some men, all right, some man, but he that built all things is the Most High. And Moses verily was faithful in all his house as a servant, okay, for that was that first covenant. You see, for a testimony of those things which were to be spoken after. You know, Moses went into what? Prophecy, man. Okay? Moses prophesied, and one of the main things he prophesied about was who? Yahweh Shai. Okay? It says in verse 6, it says, but Yahweh Shai is the son over his own house, whose house are we if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end. Okay? Holding fast the confidence, that faith, and the rejoicing of hope, man. That's why I say it should be a rejoicing of what we're becoming. We should be rejoicing in these things, man. seeing what we were and seeing what we're becoming, understanding more and more what we're a part of, there should be a rejoicing in these things, man. Okay? That's the mindset we should be in, man, is a rejoicing. Okay? Holding firm unto their hope until the end. You see? So there was a point. I say I won't make it super long, just want to hit those points. Lord will. All right, you brothers and you few sisters edified to the next time I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Baba Bob, DTA soon. Shalom.